Greetings, Rebel Rousers. Is this how you do it? I can never really do it. Thanks, Rebecca Sugar, for coming up with the most awkward, weird salute ever in fiction. Hi, I'm reviewing Now We're Only Falling Apart, which is a cute little twist on the old song, and we're picking up right from the previous episode. And the first line is pretty much what I thought it would be. Amethyst yelling, "Oh my God, Rose was Pink Diamond all this time, blah, blah, blah." And Stephen and Pearl are going to start talking about this with Amethyst and Garnet, but Garnet has literally a meltdown where she, I like that moment where Amethyst is going, "Wow, okay, oh, this is crazy. How about that, Garnet?" And she is like frozen, like with anger at like every kind of emotion you can imagine. Stands up and literally falls apart into Ruby and Sapphire. And what I really like about this episode, and of course we knew it all along because of the preview, is the one that really got upset was Sapphire, more so than Ruby. And she has this explosion of anger, and rightfully so, because she lost and changed a lot, and like all the things she's been doing all these years are completely different than the world she was raised into and created for. I mean, she was an aristocrat. You know, she was part of this authority, and you know, when she like fell in love with Ruby and started to follow Rose Quartz and kind of like saw a new world and became Garnet and all that over all this time. If you look back in the series. And let's even take those episodes where Sapphire was separated, and you see her like leading the crystal gems back into the human zoo, and playing baseball to save Peridot, all this crazy crap, and like what? It's been a lie, and she just goes off and she says some rather hurtful things to Ruby, which we'll talk about later, and takes off. That's when Stephen and Pearl, the two people who need to talk to her, go to talk to her, and that's where we get into the flashback episode. I like this flashback episode the way it's done. It's not just simply told to Stephen; it's told to Sapphire and Stephen. And now that Pearl's kind of like lock on the truth has been undone, she can kind of start discussing things. And this is a beautiful story, and I have to say that 11-minute episode, there is a lot in this one story that explains quite a bit of the origins of obviously Rose becoming Pink Diamond becoming Rose, her relationships with Pearl and Garnet. We got this stuff going on with Ruby and Sapphire. We got some like hints here and there about like when the Amethysts are coming out and Rose goes to see them. There is that wonderful little line about, hey, one hasn't popped out yet. We'll get it later. And that actually probably suggests the idea that maybe Rose like remembered that and went back to check. But anyway, the the episode has told us from Pearl, she mentions that she was given to Pink Diamond, which I think supports my theory that she was a white diamond's Pearl given to Pink to, make sure, hey, look, you got a new planet, you're just starting out, here's a Pearl. And she's doing her best to help her be happy, and she's not. She's bored, because apparently the diamonds are completely separate, not only socially, but even physically, away from their minions and their society that they lead. She's on the moon conducting the colonization. She's not on the planet, or generally the idea is to not be on the planet as much as possible and be separated as much as possible. So she's like, this sucks, this is bored. And it's Pearl that actually comes up with the idea, or at least kind of inspires her to become a Rose Quartz and like, hey, do the King Lear thing, just walk around the troops. And she loves it. She loves that she's kind of creating life in this way and gets real excited, wants to see more of the Earth. And, Pearl takes her along with that. And she sees all the trees and animals and humans. And then it dawns on her, she's not creating life, she's actually stealing life. And that is, I think, a key element in her development as a character and kind of very important to her motivations. that's when we see Garnet come into the whole situation, and she and Pearl are just blown away by the fact that two different gems can fuse, and this is like taboo and like not allowed and not discussed, and it didn't even occur to her, blows her mind, and that's when her and Pearl have this great scene of them discussing the possibility of fusing, and Pearl has this kind of moment where she kind of talks to her, and I think it leads a lot into the fact that Pearl has been like a slave and a possession of any of the diamonds, and they have this moment of just people talking, and it definitely does show the relationship, and that she has this confession that hey, it'd be great if you and I were just on the earth free, and it's beautiful, and I think that's what they get to when they come back, and Steven and Sapphire are going like, it's almost like she wasn't leading us, we were leading her, and to break that down a little bit. Pearl and Garnet and the inhabitants of the Earth influenced her and kind of like taught her about humanity and freedom, and the social dynamics of their universe is not right, and it didn't start out with this elaborate plan to fuck with everybody. No, it started out just simply like this person who is feeling trapped and doesn't understand why, and then kind of begins to learn why through like coming down from her high pedestal in society and seeing how other people deal with, and learning empathy, and learning like how one thing affects others, and that's kind of beautiful. This is a fantastic episode. This is a huge character origin episode, and doesn't even give away everything. There's some stuff here and there, and then of course it ends with Sapphire being okay, all right, I'm good. It comes back to the house, and oh hey, apparently those terrible things I said to Ruby kind of like wasn't cool, so she took off, and this is really interesting because I really did think from the preview that we'd spend like maybe part of the arc like trying to like find Sapphire and get her back. It actually, I don't know, there's a couple of nice twists in this where like she said something hurtful, and it's not so much about her coming back with the gems and hooking them back with Ruby. It's like this caused a rip between them because she essentially said, hey, our relationship is a lie, and that's not something you tell your significant other and just kind of walk it back like, oh, okay, it's cool. No, I mean, that's a pretty bad thing to say to your significant other. So I'm looking forward to seeing, I guess the next episode we'll be talking to Ruby, and I like how this arc seems to be building up. Love this one a lot. This is a very important episode. 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what the hell your problem is. Go see it. All right, I think that's it for now, so push the button, Lindsay.
They don't play the song on the radio. They don't show that it's on the radio. They don't know that we are the media. They don't know that we start the media. I don't want to see what